I have to think. This is a trick. It seems very simple, but it's not. This is a film created out of real material, so some people call it a documentary, although I doubt it. It's a very fragile film because it opens up the possibility of different stories. It's like a lot of fragmented stories that together create a kind of fiction. So in a way it recreates reality, a possible story, possible stories that could have happened and could happen in the future. So working with reality allows filmmakers to invent, to tell what could have happened. We are not attached to reality in a journalistic way. I at least try to shape the world in a more poetic way. I worked as a journalist for some years when I was young, very young, and at some point I was very frustrated with the way stories were told. This obligation of being objective when you tell a story that you've seen seemed to me like something that really tied myself. So in a way, I tried to go into another way of dealing with reality. So I think that films are films. It doesn't matter if their origin is reality or not. It's just a question of where I pick up the material to create my stories, but to create in a very personal way. If you see my films, I would say that they are documentary and also fiction. You don't have to choose between both. After my films are ready, finished, it is very difficult for me to track back the reason why I decided to make these films, especially because at the end the film is totally different from the first impulse. So I also have to construct this kind of answers. I would say that this time I wanted to film my son when I felt that his childhood was about to be over. He was entering adolescence. So I decided to shoot the last summer of his life being a child. And that's why I created the idea of filming him like playing in a scary movie, because at that point, he was 12 at that point, he was very into scary movies. So we went to an empty hotel in Portugal and we started to play. The big problem is that at that point, nothing scared my son. So maybe I got to the film too late. And what happened is that my fears started to arise. It is true, as you mentioned, during the editing process, it took me 2 years to edit the film. At some point, I found out that all those images that I had captured 2 years before represented people that no longer existed. My son was no longer a child. So I was looking at ghosts on the screen. So when you film something, you are always capturing ghosts in a way. At some point, these images will be images of ghosts that no longer exist. That's why there is a big responsibility when we film something. So at some point, I decided to put these images that were a document of the last summer of my son's childhood together with previous ghosts, my father, my grandparents, and out of these elements, I tried to create a scary movie, but I was the one as a filmmaker who was scared when I found out the fragility of images and how every image in a way contains ghosts.